Hey there, it's Chica. Today I'm going to show you how to make a huge custom bulletin board on your wall. But instead of using expensive cork, we're going to use a budget material, ceiling tiles. Now, most bulletin boards are made of cork, but that can be really expensive. The point on a push pin requires at least a ½ inch of material to go into for it to be an effective way to hold your documents. Cork sheets that are ½ inch thick are really expensive. You can buy thin sheets for cheaper, but guess what happens when you push the pin in? It comes right out the back. We need a thicker material, at least a ½ inch, that's going to hold our stuff and be more affordable. And that is where textured ceiling tiles come in. This is a 2 foot by 4 foot panel, which is the normal standard size. This is a small piece that I've cut so I can show you to demonstrate. They're made of a compressed material, they are a ½ inch thick, and they work great for holding push pins. I put that one in there and it does not come through the back. Let's talk about affordability. Regular cork that's a ½ inch thick is going to run you $5 to $10 per square foot. But these panels are 75 cents to $1 per square foot. That's a huge savings, especially if you want to cover a whole wall. There are also tons of finishing options. So let's head into the workshop and I'll show you how to cut it and how to finish it to match your decor. Okay, here we are. I am here in the shop with a full-size board. This is a 2 by 4 foot panel. I got mine in a big 10 pack. There's lots of sheets in here, but you can see each of these sheets is 2 foot by 4 foot. Lots of room for pinning lots of things. This can be cut. These can be combined to make even bigger bulletin boards on your wall, really any size you want. Let me talk a little bit about the exact tiles I'm using for this so that you know what to buy when you go to the hardware store. You want textured drop ceiling tiles. Usually they have straight sides. That's probably what you want. You can get some that have like a decorative side. That will work for you only if you want exactly one panel and you don't want to cut it or add multiples because you won't be able to match that finished edge. So I would go for the straight sided one. These are about 75 cents to $1 per square foot. So a 2 by 4 foot piece is going to cost you $6 to $8. I will put a link below to the ones that we used in particular, but there's also other options you might want. Just make sure that it's something of a nice press board, ½ inch thick, drop ceiling tiles. So to show you an example of how we can use multiple boards to create a big piece, I've got 3 small ones here that I'm going to use as an example. It's a little bit hard to wield 2 by 4 foot boards to show you. So these are 1 foot by 2 foot. And let me show you here on the floor what it would look like if you were to space them out on the wall. Imagine that these were big 2 by 4 foot panels, and I've got 3 of them, and this is my wall. You can see how I could actually put them next to each other. And if this was 2, 2, 2, this would now be 6 feet wide and 4 feet tall. You could also go up this way and make it bigger like that. You could trim these to any size you need. You just keep on putting them on the wall. Now let me show you how easy it is to cut them. This is just a scrap that I have, and I'm going to cut a 1 foot piece out of it. And you want a nice sharp utility blade. I am using this one here with the break off ends. I like this because I can keep it nice and sharp. You definitely want something really sharp. Line up my ruler and just score it. And then we can, boop, and there you go. It's cut just like that. When it comes to hanging them on the wall, here's what I do. Go ahead and put them in the position, figure out where your studs are, and just put a screw or a nail right through this, right into the stud. If you use a small thing, you're not going to see it here. It's going to be fine. Put a little white paint over the end of the screw if you want to hide it. It's going to be great. And remember, the slower you go with that cut, the nicer your edge is going to look. All right, we're back in my office, and let's talk about how you cover the edges of this after you've hung it on the wall. If this is going up in a garage or something, you might not care about the edges. But if you're doing it in a nice workspace, you want to cover up those raw edges with something nice. For this one here, I just used some quarter round. Miter the corners, stick it right up there against the board, no problem. You could also go for an angle trim if you want something that's going to cover the edge and the front. Find a trim you like, put it on there, pin nail it around the edges, and it's good to go. You can see I painted this one a pretty blue before I hung it. And by the way, yes, this does work really, really well with hanging up papers. I've got some regular push pins here and I'll show you. Just like that. When you remove the pin, it does not leave a mark that you can see. Just like cork, this is a really great material and so much more affordable than cork. Now that you've got it hung and maybe trimmed, you might not like this white finish on here, but guess what? There are options for covering that and decorating it, and I'm going to show you a few right now. Now that we've talked about how to hang these on the wall and trim them out, I'm going to show you a few ways to decorate the panels if you don't like this kind of boring white surface. It's an opportunity to add some color, so why not? I've got my panels that I was testing with earlier. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to finish them off. The first way, spray paint. Okay, I know that the spray paint is not going to dry very fast outside, but I cannot have that smell of the spray paint in here, so I'm going to let it sit out there for a little bit till the smell goes away. Meanwhile, I'm going to work on a second one. So for panel number 2, I'm just going to use regular acrylic craft paint. Okay, now that I've shown you how to paint with spray paint and acrylic paint, let's talk about fabric. You can actually pick a really pretty colorful fabric, or even like a nice clean linen, any sort of fabric you want, whatever you want to do to match your room. You could even use a different fabric or a different color paint on each panel to create your design. But I'm going to show you with this fun fabric here how easy it is to just add this onto your panel. Now, if you have a thick fabric or a patterned piece, it will hide the texture of the panel underneath with no problem. But if you have a thinner fabric, like that linen that I showed you, you might want to put another piece underneath, either an inexpensive muslin or like an old white sheet, just something to kind of solidify that, but make sure it's not too crazy thick or you're going to have trouble getting your push pins through. This is pretty much just like wrapping a present. Just put the fabric around, attach it on the back with a staple gun, get your nice crisp corners. Now check this out. Isn't that gorgeous? By the way, this is the exact technique we use to create the giant bulletin board in Joe's Ladies Lounge, where she puts all of her needlepoint canvases. We used 3 ceiling tiles on this. We cut the last one down a little bit to exactly fit the space. We put them together. We covered them with a beautiful linen fabric, and then we attached it to the wall. We even put these little corner things on here for extra decorative touch. This is a perfect example of how you can create a huge bulletin board in your space. The fact you can make it any size you want, that's my favorite part. Okay, one more idea. Suppose you really want a cork bulletin board. Thick cork is expensive, but you can actually get a sheet that's really thin and use some spray adhesive to attach it straight to the front of your panel. And now you've got the nice thick panel that you need with a cork finish, and this will serve as a great backer. This is a great alternative too. So check it out. Here are my 3 finished panels that I did with spray paint, fabric, and acrylic paint. And you can see how you can mix and match your panels and your finishes. You can create any custom color you want, any look you want. And because these are so easy to cut, so affordable in big sizes, you can make a huge custom bulletin board on your wall. By the way, don't limit yourself to single colors on this. If you're an artist, you can actually use your paints to create a mural or any sort of design that you want on these painted surfaces. Imagine if your whole art mural was actually a bulletin board too. That'd be pretty cool. I hope I inspired you to turn ordinary ceiling tiles into custom colorful decor and giant bulletin boards for your wall. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.